I kept staring at the clock on the living room wall as it ticked past 10:47 p.m. I whispered to myself, she's late again. I tried to sound calm but my voice trembled. I picked up my phone and called Lena for the fourth time. It rang twice before she declined. I dropped the phone on the couch and ran a hand through my hair. Just tutoring classes, I muttered, trying to convince myself. She said it's just tutoring. Man, you look exhausted, Derek told me at school earlier. You sure everything's okay at home? I didn't want to tell him the truth, so I said, yeah, she's just busy. He gave me a look that said he didn't believe me. Even Mia, my little sister, noticed. Ethan, why does Lena avoid family dinners now? She asked. I didn't have an answer. The front door finally opened. Lena stepped inside, tossing her bag on the floor like she didn't care. I stood up. Hey, I said softly. You're late. So, she replied without looking at me. She walked to the kitchen and grabbed a bottle of water. I followed her slowly. I was worried, I said. You didn't pick up. I was busy. Her tone was cold, sharp. You know I'm taking extra classes. Why do you have to make everything dramatic? I'm not making anything dramatic, I whispered. I just wanted to know you're okay. She sighed loudly. God, Ethan, can you not do this tonight? I'm tired. I stepped back. I didn't mean to bother you. Well, you did, she snapped. She brushed past me toward the bedroom. I watched her walk away, confused and hurt. She never used to talk to me like that. There was a time she came home smiling, asking about my day, hugging me before anything else. Now she acted like I was a problem she didn't want to deal with. I followed her to the hallway. Lena, I said quietly, why are you so upset with me lately? She stopped, turned around and rolled her eyes. Because you keep questioning me. I'm working. That's all. I didn't accuse you of anything, I replied. You don't have to. Your face says it. She opened the bedroom door, then paused. Just let me breathe, okay? I nodded even though it felt like my chest was tightening. Okay. She closed the door behind her. I stood in the hallway for a long time, listening to the silence. I finally walked back to the couch and sat down. My hands shook slightly. Maybe I am overthinking, I whispered. Maybe she really is just tired. But something felt wrong. Something I couldn't explain. I tried calling Derek. He picked up on the second ring. Hey, what's up? You sound rough. Do you think... I started, then stopped. Do you think I'm being paranoid? About Lena? He asked. You already know what I think. But I won't push you. What happened tonight? She came home late. Again. And she acted different. My throat tightened. Cold. Did you ask her about it? Yeah. She got angry. There was a long pause before he said, people don't get angry unless they're hiding something. Or unless something's wrong. I don't want to believe anything bad, I said. I love her. I know, he replied softly. Just don't lose yourself trying to hold on to someone who doesn't want to be held. His words sank deep. After we hung up, I leaned back and stared at the ceiling. She wouldn't cheat, I said to myself. She wouldn't do that to me. But the fear kept growing. A few minutes later, Mia texted me, Hey, are you okay? You seemed worried earlier. I typed back, I'm fine. Just tired. She replied instantly, You're lying. Call me if you need anything. I didn't call her. I didn't call anyone. I just sat there, listening to the quiet house that didn't feel like home anymore. When Lena finally came out of the bedroom, she was already in her pajamas. She didn't look at me as she walked past. Good night, I said softly. She didn't answer. I watched her disappear down the hallway and something in me cracked. Small, quiet, but sharp enough to hurt. I whispered to myself, What's happening to us? But the only reply was the ticking clock, echoing through the night as if it already knew the truth I was still trying so hard to ignore. I noticed it the moment I walked into the bedroom that morning. A strange perfume scent floated in the air, sweet, expensive, nothing like the simple lavender Lena usually wore. I touched the collar of her shirt lying on the chair. Lena? I called out. She was in the bathroom. Did you buy a new perfume? She answered quickly, almost too quickly. No. Must be something from school. I tried to smile, but something twisted inside me. Right, maybe. When I left for work, I kept replaying her voice in my head. It sounded forced, shaky, like she was hiding something behind every word. At school, Rachel found me hunched over my desk, staring at my phone. Ethan, she said softly, you look exhausted. Everything okay? I forced a laugh. Yeah, just didn't sleep much. She tilted her head. Is it about Lena? You've been worried for days. Did something happen between you two? I felt my throat tighten. No. She's just busy with her classes. Then I shook my head. She's fine. I'm overthinking. Rachel lowered her voice. Sometimes being busy isn't the real problem. Sometimes, people get distant for a reason. Her words hit harder than they should have. You think she's seeing someone? I didn't say that, Rachel replied gently. I just want you to be careful with your heart. I swallowed and nodded, but doubt kept drilling into me. I checked my phone every few minutes. Lena hadn't replied to my good morning text. She usually sent a heart emoji. Today, nothing. During lunch, Derek sat across from me. Dude, you're jumpy, he said. Talk to me. She didn't answer my call, I whispered. And last night she came home late again. She barely looked at me. Derek frowned. Have you asked her what's going on? I tried. She snapped. Told me to stop acting like a kid. Derek leaned back. That's not normal, man. I sighed. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm boring. Maybe she's stressed. Or maybe something's wrong, he said firmly. I didn't want to admit it, but his words echoed my own fears. That night, around 7, I called Lena again. No answer. After 5 minutes, I tried again. Straight to voicemail. My chest tightened. Please just answer, I whispered into the empty room. Mia called me then. Hey, where's Lena? I need her to check something for me. She's working late again, I said. Silence. Then Mia asked, working where? Because her car is in the parking lot of Hillcrest Hotel. My heart stopped. What? I'm looking at it right now, she said quietly. I thought maybe she was picking something up, but she's been there for over 30 minutes. I felt my legs weaken. Stay there. I'm coming. It was raining when I drove, the wipers slicing across the glass as if trying to match the storm building inside me. My hands shook. My mind kept screaming, no, 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 but my heart already knew. When I reached the hotel, Mia stood under an umbrella. She looked at me with sad eyes. Ethan, maybe there's an explanation. I shook my head. There has to be, I whispered, though even I didn't believe it. We didn't have to wait long. Lena walked out of the lobby doors, laughing softly. Beside her was Daniel, an older instructor from another school. He leaned in close and she didn't pull away. She touched his arm like she used to touch mine, light, gentle, full of affection she hadn't given me in months. My breath caught. No, please, I whispered. Lena glanced up at him and smiled, a smile I hadn't seen in so long it felt like a memory. Mia grabbed my arm. Ethan, don't. But I stood frozen, watching, breaking, shattering. Daniel opened the car door for her. She thanked him. He brushed rain from her hair. She laughed again. She didn't see me. She didn't even look around. It was like I never existed. Mia whispered, I'm so sorry. I couldn't speak. My throat burned. My chest felt crushed like something inside had collapsed. I turned away, stumbling back to my car. Mia called after me, Ethan, wait. But I couldn't. I got in the car, slammed the door, and sat there shaking. Rain hammered the roof like it was trying to drown out the truth. It's real, I whispered. She chose someone else. My hands covered my face. Everything inside me felt hollow, ripped apart. And for the first time, I didn't feel confusion. I felt betrayal. I felt it in every part of my soul. When Lena walked through the door the next morning, her hair was still damp from the rain, and her eyes widened when she saw me sitting at the table. I didn't shout. I didn't slam anything. I just said, Lena, sit down. We need to talk. She froze for a second, then sighed. Ethan, I'm tired. Can this wait? No, I said. My voice surprised even me. Come, steady. Breaking inside but steady outside. Where were you last night? She looked away. I told you. Work. Don't lie to me, I whispered. I saw you. With Daniel. Her whole body stiffened. She didn't even try to pretend. She took a slow breath and said, fine. Yes, I was with him. My stomach twisted. Why? Lena, why him? She sat down across from me, folding her arms. Because I'm not happy with you anymore, Ethan. The words sliced through me sharper than anything I had imagined. Not happy? I repeated. Lena, we built everything together. I've loved you. Love isn't enough, she snapped. I feel stuck with you. Daniel understands my dreams. He sees where I want to go. I stared at her like she was someone I'd never met. Your dreams? You never told me you were unhappy. She looked annoyed. Because every time I tried, you brushed it off. You're too simple, Ethan. You don't understand ambition. I felt heat rise in my chest. So cheating is ambition now? Lena slammed her hands on the table. Don't twist this. You kept me small. Daniel pushes me to be more. I whispered, you could have talked to me. She stood up. I don't want to talk. I want space. Space? I asked. After everything you've done? Yes, she said coldly. I'll be staying at Daniel's for a while. I felt the last piece of my heart crack. So that's it? You're just leaving? She grabbed her bag. Don't make this harder. It's already over. The door closed behind her and the silence hit me like a punch. A few minutes later, Derek rushed in after Mia called him. Ethan, what happened? Where is she? I rubbed my face. She left. She's been cheating for months. And she didn't even deny it. Derek cursed under his breath. That woman doesn't deserve you. I shook my head. Maybe she does. Maybe I wasn't enough. Mia knelt beside me. Don't say that. She made her choice, not you. I pushed back my chair suddenly. Please, both of you, just leave me alone right now. Mia hesitated. Ethan. Please, I said again, voice breaking. They left quietly, and the moment the door closed, the weight in my chest became unbearable. My phone buzzed. A new message. From an unknown number. I stared at the screen. Daniel, you need to stop clinging to Lena. Accept that she's moved on. Do the same. My hand shook. I read the message again, feeling something inside me collapse. Move on. I whispered. She was my wife. I grabbed my keys without thinking and walked straight to my car. The moment I sat inside, everything I had been holding inside exploded. My breath came out in sharp gasps, my eyes burning. I gripped the steering wheel and whispered, why wasn't I enough? For the first time in years, I broke. Completely. Tears fell, heavy and uncontrollable. I cried until my chest hurt, until my throat felt raw. Rain started falling again, tapping softly against the windshield like it was trying to comfort me. I thought of all the nights I waited for her. All the times I cooked dinner alone. All the mornings I woke up hoping things would get better. And now I knew she had already left me long before she said the words. My phone buzzed again. Another message from Daniel. She's happier now. Don't embarrass yourself. I let the phone drop onto the seat. I didn't have the strength to answer. Every part of me felt shattered. But in the midst of all that pain, something new began to stir. Small, silent, but real. Not anger yet. Not revenge. Just a shift. A quiet breaking away. A soft, subtle detachment from the woman I thought I'd spend my life with. I wiped my face and whispered, maybe this is the start of something else. I didn't know what it was. But for the first time, I knew I couldn't chase her anymore. You said, script, remember, right, exact word count. The entire story must be written from the protagonist's perspective in. I didn't even notice how hollow my footsteps sounded as I walked into work. One of my coworkers tried to greet me, but I barely nodded. I felt empty, like someone had scooped out my insides and left me moving on autopilot. Man, you look exhausted, Derek said when he caught me near the staff room. I'm fine, I muttered. No, you're not. You haven't eaten in 2 days. Rachel told me you barely sleep. I rubbed my eyes. What am I supposed to do? Pretend nothing happened? Pretend Lena didn't throw everything away? Pretend? No, he said. But you can't self-destruct either. I didn't answer. I didn't trust my voice to stay steady. At home, Rachel placed a mug of tea in front of me. You need a break, she said. I need my life back, I whispered. She sat beside me. There's a school workshop in Brookdale this weekend. You should go. Clear your head. Learn something new. I'll just sit there like a zombie. Then sit there. At least you'll be out of this house. I sighed. Why do you care so much? Because you're hurting, she said, and because you're my brother. I didn't expect anything from the trip, but I still went. The workshop hall was bright, buzzing with people. I sat in the back, arms crossed, waiting for the hours to pass. Then Sophia walked onto the stage. She didn't look like the typical polished speaker. She looked real, tired eyes, simple clothes, soft smile. Today, she began, I'm not here to inspire you. I'm here to be honest. Pain breaks us, but breaking doesn't mean ending. The room quieted. When my marriage fell apart, she said, I couldn't eat. I couldn't breathe. I felt like my soul left my body. But slowly I learned something important. The worst days can also be the first days. Her voice was calm, steady, like she understood every ache in my chest. She continued, you don't rise in one jump. You rise in steps. Small, shaky steps. My throat tightened. I stared at my shoes, swallowing emotion I hadn't allowed myself to feel. After the session, I waited near the stage. I didn't know why. I just stood there. Sophia noticed me. "You want to talk?" she asked gently. "Not really," I said. She smiled softly. "That usually means you do." We sat in a quiet corner. She didn't push, didn't pry. Finally, I whispered, "My wife cheated." She nodded slowly, not shocked. "Do you want to tell me what happened?" "I don't even know where to start," I said. "I stopped eating. I can't sleep. I go to work like I'm not even there. I feel worthless." "You're not worthless," she said. "You don't know me." "You're here," she said. "People who show up aren't worthless." I let out a shaky breath. She didn't even apologize. Just blame stress. Now she calls me, for documents, for money. Not once to fix anything. "That must hurt," she said quietly. "It does," I admitted. "But it also disgusts me." Sophia nodded. "Good. Disgust is distance. It means your heart is protecting itself." I exhaled a long, shaky release. "Why do you get it?" "Because I lived it," she replied. "And because pain recognizes pain." For the first time since everything happened, I felt heard. Truly heard. When I got home, Lena's name lit up my phone. I stared at the screen before answering. "Where are the bank statements?" she asked immediately. "I need them today." "That's why you're calling?" I asked. "Well, yes. Why else?" I let out a cold breath. "You know what, Lena? Handle it yourself." She scoffed. "You're being dramatic." "No," I said. "I'm being done." I hung up before she could speak again. Derek came by later, tossing a gym bag toward me. "Get dressed." "For what?" "For punching something that can't sue you," he said. I almost laughed. "You think the gym will fix me?" "No," he said, "but it'll keep you from breaking." At the gym, he showed me how to brace, how to breathe, how to hit the bag without hurting my wrists. "Let it out," he said. I swung. The bag absorbed it, but my chest felt a little lighter. I swung again, harder this time, and something inside me shook free. Anger, grief, betrayal. "There you go," Derek said. "Step by step. Step by step." Sophia's words echoed in my mind. I wasn't rising fast. I wasn't rising clean. But for the first time, I wasn't falling anymore. I stared at the divorce papers on the table. My hands were shaking, but my mind felt strangely quiet. Derek stood near the doorway. "You ready?" he asked. "No," I said. "But I'm doing it anyway." He nodded. "Sometimes that's what strength looks like." I picked up the pen. "This is really it. The end." "It's the end of what hurt you," he said. "Not the end of you." I signed my name. The moment the ink dried, something inside me loosened. Like a knot that had been strangling me for months finally snapped. Later that afternoon, I met Sophia at a small coffee shop. She looked at me with warm, steady eyes. "You did something important today," she said. "I ended something," I replied. "Ending is important," she said. "But what you do next is even more important." I leaned back in my chair. "I feel strange. Not good. Not bad. Just empty." "That emptiness is space," she said. "Space you can grow into." I let out a tired breath. "I don't know how to grow." "You don't need to know," she said softly. "You just need to choose. You can break, or you can grow." Her words hit me like a slow, gentle punch. "Why does everything you say feel like something I needed years ago?" She smiled lightly. "Maybe you weren't ready years ago." I rubbed my face. "I don't want to be this version of myself anymore." "Then stop feeding him," she said. "Start feeding the version you want to become." "How?" "Start small," she said. "One act of rebuilding a day." The next day at school, my principal stopped me in the hallway. "We're opening applications for lead coordinator for student programs. You'd be perfect." I almost said no out of habit. But Sophia's words echoed in my head. "I want it," I said before I could overthink it. He looked pleasantly surprised. "Then apply. Your leadership would make a real difference." At lunch, Mia sat across from me. "You look different," she said. "Different bad?" I asked. She grinned. "Different good. Like you slept. Like you're coming back." "I'm trying," I told her. "Keep trying," she said. "You deserve to feel alive again." I didn't realize how much I needed to hear that until she said it. That night, while I prepped lesson plans, my phone buzzed. Lena's name flashed across the screen. I stared at it and answered. "Hey," she said quickly. "Do you have a minute?" "What do you want?" I asked. I need to talk." "About what?" She hesitated. "Things aren't great with Daniel." I felt nothing. No jealousy, no sadness, just distance. That's not my problem, I said. She sighed sharply. He's been yelling a lot. Spending my money. Canceling plans. I don't know what to do. Lena, I said calmly, you made your choices. So that's it? You don't care? I cared once, I said. But not anymore. Silence stretched between us. Heavy. Revealing. I thought you'd at least listen, she whispered. I did, I replied. Now I'm done. This time I hung up first. For a long moment I just stared at the wall. My heartbeat didn't speed up. My stomach didn't drop. I felt nothing. That nothing felt like power. The next morning, Derek showed up with breakfast. You look weirdly peaceful, he said. I ignored her. He raised an eyebrow. Ignored who? Lena. He grinned. And how did that feel? Like breathing clean air, I said. Good, he replied. Keep doing things that make you feel alive. I nodded slowly. I'm trying to build myself again. You're not trying, he said. You're doing it. Later I met Sophia at the park. She sat next to me on a bench. You look lighter today, she said. I think I finally let something go, I said. What did you let go? The idea that I needed her to feel whole, I said. I don't. Sophia smiled. Good. That means you're starting to choose yourself. I looked at her. Thank you. For what? For showing up. For listening. For helping me breathe again. You did the breathing, she said. I just reminded you how. We sat quietly for a while, watching the wind move through the trees. For the first time in months, the air didn't feel heavy on my chest. I think this is a turning point, I said. It is, she replied. And you're ready for it. I took a slow, deep breath. This time it didn't hurt. I was sorting papers in the staff room when I heard hurried footsteps behind me. When I turned, Lena stood in the doorway, hair messy, eyes red, chest shaking like she'd run the whole way. I need to talk to you, she said, voice cracking. No, I replied instantly. Not here. She stepped closer. Please. I don't know where else to go. My coworkers paused mid-conversation. I could feel their eyes on us. Lena reached out like she wanted to hug me. I stepped back. Don't touch me, she broke. Daniel cheated on me, she sobbed. He left. He just left. I stared at her. No anger. No heartbreak. Just nothing. A clean, strange nothingness. I'm sorry that happened, I said quietly. But that's not my burden. She shook her head. I know I hurt you. I was stupid. I thought he loved me. You made a choice, I said. I made a mistake, she whispered. And now you're facing the consequences, I replied. She grabbed my sleeve desperately. Please, give me one last chance. No, I said. There are no chances left. My coworkers froze, pretending not to listen but very obviously listening. Lena's knees buckled and she cried into her hands. I lost everything, she said. Daniel used me. He took my money. He lied. He slept with someone else. I'm sorry, I repeated. But that's between you and him. She looked up at me, eyes furious and begging at once. How can you be so cold? I'm not cold, I said. I'm done. Her voice softened into panic. You don't love me at all anymore? No, I answered. The honesty shocked even me. I don't. She stared at me like the truth physically struck her. Please, she whispered. Please don't leave me like this. I already left, I said. Months ago. She covered her mouth, let out a broken sound, then stumbled out of the room. My coworkers stared in stunned silence. Mia approached me first. You okay? Yeah, I said. For the first time, yeah. That evening, I met Sophia at the small park near my apartment. She watched me sit down beside her. You look calm, she said. You won't believe what happened today. Tell me. Lena showed up at work, I said, crying, saying Daniel cheated, saying he used her. She begged for another chance. Sophia listened without interrupting, her eyes soft and focused. And, she asked. I felt nothing, I said. No anger, no love, no pain, just silence. Sophia nodded thoughtfully. That's not numbness, she said. That's healing. It didn't feel like healing, I said. It felt like watching a stranger fall apart. That's because she is a stranger now, Sophia said gently. Your connection broke long before today. I took a slow breath. Why don't I want her back? Even a little? Because you've outgrown the version of yourself who needed her, she said. Healing isn't forgetting. It's growing past the pain. I stared at the sky. I didn't think I'd ever get here. You haven't reached the destination, she said. You just started walking in the right direction. The next day, Derek rushed into my classroom during break. Bro, you won't believe this, he said. Daniel got fired. My eyebrows lifted. Fired? For what? Inappropriate behavior with students, he said. Whole investigation blew up. He's finished. I let out a breath. Wow. No sympathy? Derek asked. No, I said. Just closure. Derek grinned. That's the spirit. Also, guess what? I heard you got the promotion. I nodded slowly. Yeah. Principal told me this morning. Dude, he shouted. That's huge. I laughed. Feels unreal. Feels deserved, he corrected. Later that week, I met Sophia again, this time at a quiet cafe. When she saw me walk in, her smile warmed something in me that had been cold for too long. You look happier, she said. I feel lighter, I replied. Like my life finally belongs to me. That's because you're rebuilding it, she said. I want to keep doing that, I said. With the right people around me. She tilted her head. And who are the right people? You, I said before I could overthink it. Sophia didn't blush or look away. She simply smiled, slow, gentle, real. Then keep walking forward. I'm not going anywhere. We talked for hours. Not about pain or loss, about plans, books, travel, small joys I'd forgotten I liked. When I walked home that night, the world felt warm again. Lena's world was collapsing. But mine? Mine was just beginning. I didn't expect to see you here, I said as I opened my front door and found Mia standing with her phone raised. She sent another message, Mia muttered, handing it to me. Actually, 10. I scrolled through Lena's paragraphs, begging, apologizing, rewriting history. She's getting desperate, I whispered. No kidding, Mia said. She even came by Mom's house. Cried for 20 minutes straight. I sighed. What did Mom say? She told her, you should have thought about that before breaking my son. Mia crossed her arms. Mom's done being polite. I set the phone on the table, refusing to open the last message. I don't feel anything, Mia. Not anger. Not love. Nothing. That's called peace, she said softly. At school the next morning, Derek intercepted me in the hallway. Dude, guess who stopped me outside the gym at 7 in the morning? I groaned. Let me guess. Your ex-wife. Crying. Again. He shook his head. She asked me if you're seeing someone. What did you say? That it's none of her business. Derek placed a hand on my shoulder. But seriously, you okay? I'm surprisingly fine, I said. It's like she's fading. He smirked. Good. Because you've got someone way better in your orbit. Before I could ask what he meant, I heard a familiar voice behind me. Ethan? I turned and saw Sophia standing in front of my classroom door, holding a notebook. Her warm smile made my chest feel lighter. I wanted to drop off the workshop notes, she said. You said you wanted to review them before planning your leadership program? Yeah, thank you, I replied. Do you want to come in for a minute? She stepped inside, studying me. You look different today. More grounded. I feel different, I admitted. Lena keeps reaching out, but it doesn't control me anymore. Sophia nodded. That's what healing does. It doesn't erase the past. It just helps you rise above it. She paused, then added gently, and you are rising, Ethan. I swallowed, touched by her sincerity. Talking to you helps. Good, she said. Because you deserve to be heard. A soft knock interrupted us. Derek poked his head in. Sorry to interrupt, but... I'm not going outside, I said instantly. Derek lifted his hands in surrender. You might want to hear this, though. I stepped into the hallway and found Lena standing there. Her makeup was smudged, her eyes red. She clasped her hands together like she was praying. Ethan, please, she whispered. Just give me 1 minute. I kept my voice steady. Say whatever you need to say. She looked around, lowering her voice. I made a mistake. The biggest mistake of my life. I thought Daniel was everything I wanted, but he destroyed me. He lied, he used me, That's between you and him, I said. She flinched. I know. But I need you to know I'm sorry. I was stupid. I thought you were too simple. Too safe. Too kind. Tears streamed down her cheeks. I thought I needed excitement. I didn't realize I had everything in you. I inhaled slowly. And now I see your value, she cried. Please, give me one more chance. I felt Derek tense beside me, waiting for my reaction. But inside me there was only quiet. I don't love you anymore, I said softly. And honestly, I don't think I ever want to. Her knees buckled slightly. Ethan, please? No, I said. You chose your path. I'm choosing mine. She sobbed, covering her face. I stepped back, refusing to let the past pull me again. Derek gently guided her toward the exit as she cried my name. I walked back into the classroom, closing the door behind me. Sophia was still there, leaning on the desk, her expression calm. You okay? She asked. I nodded. For the first time, truly yes. She smiled. Then today is a turning point. It is, I said. She's chasing a ghost. I'm not that man anymore. Sophia stepped closer, her voice soft. Good. Because the man you're becoming deserves a future that looks nothing like your past. I met her eyes, feeling something shift inside me. Sophia, thank you. You don't owe me thanks, she replied. Just don't shrink again. I breathed deeply, realizing I wouldn't. Lena's world was falling apart. Mine was beginning. I had just stepped out of the elevator when I saw her standing by my apartment door, arms wrapped around herself, eyes swollen, breath trembling. Ethan, please, Lena whispered the moment she saw me. I need to talk to you. I kept a steady distance. Why are you here? She wiped her face with shaking fingers. Because I have nowhere else to go. Because I ruined everything. Because I can't stop thinking about what I lost. I nodded slowly. Say what you came to say. Her voice cracked immediately. Daniel used me, Ethan. He took my money, cheated on me, screamed at me, blamed me for everything. And when I needed him most, he walked away. She pressed a hand to her chest. I deserved it. I know I did. I stayed silent. She stepped closer. I miss you. I miss the way you looked at me. I miss the man who loved me more than I ever deserved. I held up my hand. Lena, don't rewrite history now. I'm not, she cried. I'm being honest for the first time. You were good. You were safe. You were kind. And I threw it away. She swallowed hard. I thought Daniel was excitement. I thought he was passion. I thought I needed something different. But all he did was destroy me. That was your choice, I said quietly. I know, she whispered, her voice breaking. Every morning I wake up and I feel the weight of what I did. I keep asking myself why I hurt you. Why I destroyed something real. She covered her mouth as another sob escaped. I ruined my marriage, and I ruined the only person who ever loved me honestly. I exhaled slowly. What do you want from me, Lena? She looked up with desperate eyes. One last chance. Just one. Her voice trembled. Let me fix this. Let me fix us. Please. I shook my head. There is no us anymore. Her knees buckled as if my words physically hit her. Ethan, please don't say that. I can be better. I can change. I can. Stop. My voice was firm but calm. I fought for this marriage. I begged you to stay. I begged you to talk to me. You didn't want me. You wanted him. She pressed a hand against the wall to steady herself. I was stupid. Yes, you were, I said. But that's not the point anymore. She stared at me, tears falling steadily. Then what is the point? I took a breath, feeling the final weight lift. I loved you, Lena. I really did. But I don't love you anymore. Her lips parted as if the air was punched out of her lungs. Don't say that, she whispered. Please, don't say that. It's the truth. She shook her head violently. No, Ethan, you can't mean that. Not after everything we were. Not after everything we dreamed of. You can't just stop loving me. I didn't stop overnight, I said quietly. You broke something in me. I tried to fix it. But some things don't heal the same. She grabbed my arm desperately. Don't walk away. Not again. Not now. I gently pulled my arm free. You walked away first. She sobbed openly now, collapsing against the wall. I regret it, every second. I ruined my life. And I ruined the one person who could have saved me. I'm not your savior, I said. I was your husband. You didn't want that. She sank onto the floor, covering her face. Ethan, please, don't leave me alone. I took a slow breath. I'm sorry. But I'm done carrying pain that isn't mine anymore. She reached out as I stepped back, her fingers trembling in the air. Don't go, she whispered. But I turned away. She cried my name, voice echoing painfully down the hallway, but I didn't look back. Not once. I walked to the street, each step lighter than I expected. I texted Sophia. I'm on my way. A few minutes later, I arrived at the small restaurant near the park. Sophia was already seated, her smile warm when she saw me. "You look different," she said as I sat down. "I feel different," I said. "I think something finally ended today." "What ended?" she asked gently. "My past." I let out a long breath. I told her the truth. I don't love her anymore. Sophia reached across the table, taking my hand. "Good. Because you deserve someone who values you. Someone who chooses you." I looked at her, feeling peace settle inside me. "Sophia, thank you. For everything. You're stronger than you think," she whispered. For the first time in months, I smiled without forcing it. "Her betrayal changed me," I said softly. "But it didn't end me." Sophia squeezed my hand. "No, it didn't." As the night settled around us, one truth filled my chest with quiet certainty. I wasn't the man who begged her to stay. I was the man who finally moved on.